The childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
I don't know. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Obama's did not hold back going after former President Trump during night 2 of the Democratic National Convention. Tonight, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will formally accept the nomination for vice president at the convention in Chicago.
Former President Bill Clinton is also set to take the stage as Day 3 is expected to focus on reproductive and other rights under the theme of a fight for freedoms. Caroline Cummings is live for us this morning in Chicago. Caroline, good morning. So what can we expect for today?
Right, so you said it well. We will hear from Governor Tim Walz. He'll make his acceptance speech, and before that we'll hear from former President Bill Clinton. But I'm told that in Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's acceptance speech, he's really going to make his introduction to Americans. A new poll found that 4 in 10 don't really know enough about him to have an opinion about him. So this is a big stage to Democrats here in this room, but Americans watching at home, to let them know what he brings to the table. So he's going to talk about his background. He grew up in a small town before enlisting in the Army National Guard. He was a teacher, a public high school teacher for 20 years before entering politics, and he served a very red district that he won as a Democrat when he was in Congress, and then he went on to be the governor. This is his second term. He's in the middle of the second term. So he's going to try to make that introduction, talk about what he brings to the table, all of that breadth of experience, in public life and in private life. And he will also make the case about why Kamala Harris ought to be in the White House and what their partnership will look like together governing into the next 4 years should Americans elect them.
Caroline, we were seeing a lot of energy in the crowd yesterday as the Democrats did their roll call, and the Harris campaign says 15,000 were in attendance for the rally nearby in Milwaukee. The Obamas warned Democrats that they can't get complacent because it's going to be a tight race. Now, what else did they have to say?
You're exactly right. They did say that this will be a tight race to the end. The polls expressed that, but they also really tried to incite that feeling of hope. Michelle Obama said, "America, hope is making a comeback." Former President Barack Obama said something along the similar lines, but they also did not hold back on criticizing President Donald Trump. They were, talking about how he was divisive and that he was going to bring the country backwards. And former President Barack Obama said, we've seen this film before. Those were his words describing the former president and his previous term. And he said, the sequels are usually worse. So he was trying to make that case to Democrats, like you said, that you might be excited now, but we've got real work ahead of us if you really want to defeat this former President Donald Trump in November.
All right. What a preview. Caroline Cummings live for us from the DNC floor in Chicago this morning. Thank you so much.